So, you've built this awesome AI agent with OpenClaw, it's running on Google Cloud, and it's doing amazing things. But, is it actually secure? Let's dive in and break down how to protect your work. We're going to turn all that complicated security jargon into simple, real steps you can take, like right now.
I mean, seriously, it's a question you've got to ask yourself. Because these new AI agents, they're super powerful, and that makes them a really attractive target for attackers. You just want to make sure yours isn't an easy target.
And look, this isn't some theoretical thing. This is happening right now. Automated scanners are constantly prowling the internet, basically rattling digital doorknobs, looking for a way in. They want to exploit your agent, maybe steal your data, or worse, get a hold of your API keys and run up a crazy bill.
Okay, so let's start with the big stuff. These are the two most critical, high-impact fixes you can make. Just think of it like this. Before you do anything else, you've got to lock the front door.
First up is the public IP address. If your virtual machine has one of these, it's basically like leaving your front door wide open with a giant neon sign flashing "Come on in" to the entire internet. That includes the good, the bad, and the very automated.
So let's check if your front door is open right now. Hop into your Google Cloud Console, find your VM instances, and just look for that column that says External IP. If you see a set of numbers there, yep, that means your machine is sitting out on the public web. And here's the absolute best thing you can do about it. Unless you have a really good reason to need public access, just get rid of it. Removing the public IP makes your agent basically a ghost on the internet. It's the simplest, most effective move you can make.
And the best part? It's ridiculously easy to do. You just follow these steps right here in the console. Change external IP to none, hit save, and boom, you're invisible. And don't worry, you can still get to your machine perfectly fine through secure Google tools like the Cloud Shell.
Okay, but I know what some of you are thinking. What if I actually need that public IP, right? In that case, we bring in our next layer of defense, the firewall. This thing is your digital bouncer.
And the difference here is, well, it's everything. That rule on the left, the 0.0.0.0/01, that's telling the bouncer to let absolutely everybody in, no questions asked. The one on the right, though, that's like giving the bouncer a very specific list with one name on it, yours.
All right, we've locked the doors. Part 2 is all about limiting the blast radius. The idea is, if some super sneaky attacker does manage to get inside, we want to make sure they can't do much damage once they're there.
And this is why this is so critical. A lot of times, if your VM is set up with a really powerful service account, an attacker doesn't just get access to that one machine, they get handed the keys to your entire Google Cloud kingdom. It's a total disaster.
So, you need to go check this right now. If you see that your VM service account has roles like owner or editor, that's a huge flashing red light. And here's the kicker. For what it does, OpenClaw probably doesn't need any of those permissions to begin with. Next up, API keys. For OpenAI or whatever you're using, you got to treat these things like cash. The stuff on the left, that's like leaving $100 bills on the dashboard of your unlocked car. The stuff on the right, that's putting it in a bank vault. And here's a super simple, powerful trick for you. If you're using a .env file for your keys, just run this one little command, chmod 600. It basically tells the operating system, hey, this file, only I am allowed to read or write to it, nobody else. Period. Okay, last section. Let's talk about building good habits. This is all about cyber hygiene. You know, like brushing your teeth. They're the small, regular things you do that keep everything healthy and secure in the long run.
Now, OpenClaw is amazing because it can execute commands. But that power can be risky, right? If someone figures out how to trick it with a malicious prompt, you want to make sure it can't do too much damage. These 3 steps are like putting strong safety guardrails in place.
Here's a quick test for you. Next time you're logged into your VM, just type "Who am I?" and hit enter. If it comes back and says root, that's not great. Root is the all-powerful superuser. You really want your apps running as a normal user with fewer permissions. And finally, get into a rhythm. Once a week, run your updates that patches security holes. For every new experiment, spin up a whole new project that keeps things isolated. And every single day, when you're done using it, just turn the VM off. A server that's not running is a server that can't be hacked.
Phew, I know that was a fire hose of information. It can feel like a lot. So if you're going to walk away from this and only do 3 things, please make them these 3. Just 3. That's it. I promise. These are the ones that'll give you the absolute biggest bang for your buck. We're talking maximum protection for minimum effort.
This is your cheat sheet. Number 1, kill that public IP if you can. If you absolutely can't, then number 2, lock that firewall down so only you can get in. And number 3, take away those God mode permissions from your service account. You do these 3 things, and you have just wiped out almost all of the common risks we talked about today.
Look, security isn't about being perfect. It's just about being a little bit smarter and a little bit safer today than you were yesterday. So, what's the one thing you're going to go do right now to lock down your project? Thanks for joining this explainer.